What if I told you that the engine humming beneath your hood is hiding secrets that even seasoned drivers don't know? Secrets that could mean the difference between a machine that lasts 500,000 miles, and one that gives up before its time. Most drivers think diesel engines are just about raw power, torque, and pulling heavy loads. But what if I told you that diesel is an entire science, built on tricks, hidden technologies, and underground knowledge that only mechanics, truckers, and insiders talk about? This isn't just about fuel. It's about a hidden culture of engineering marvels, industrial secrets, and a few myths that people take for granted. Diesel isn't flashy. It doesn't purr like a sports car. But deep down, it's more resilient, more complex, and sometimes, more misunderstood than gasoline. Today, we're uncovering 11 diesel secrets most drivers will never learn. Some of these will make you rethink everything you knew about your own vehicle. Others might even save you thousands of dollars. And one or two, well, they might just shock you. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at diesel the same way again. 1. Diesel engines aren't about speed, they're about longevity. When most people think about cars, they picture speed, 0 to 60 times, horsepower numbers, and quarter-mile runs. But diesel lives in a different world. It's not designed for the racetrack. It's designed for the long haul, literally. A gasoline engine might give you a thrill with its high-revving performance, but a diesel engine is a marathon runner. Truckers know this better than anyone. Some diesel engines are capable of clocking over 1,000,000 miles with proper maintenance. That's not marketing hype, that's real-world durability, born from the way diesel burns fuel. Unlike gasoline, which ignites quickly with a spark, diesel fuel relies on compression ignition. This means the engine runs at lower RPMs but with far more torque. The result? Less wear and tear, and a machine that can outlast nearly anything else on the road. This longevity is one of the reasons heavy machinery, commercial trucks, and even military vehicles often choose diesel over gas. They're built to work, not just to perform. Most drivers never realize that when they see a diesel truck cruising on the highway, they're watching one of the most enduring machines on Earth. Speed fades. Flashy cars come and go. But diesel? Diesel is built to last. 2. Diesel fuel holds more energy than gasoline. Here's a mind-blowing fact most drivers never think about: diesel packs more energy per gallon than gasoline. Gasoline has about 114,000 BTUs, British thermal units, per gallon. Diesel? Around 130,000. That's a huge difference. And it explains why diesel vehicles often get better fuel efficiency, especially on the highway. Think of it like eating different foods. Gasoline is like candy, quick, light, and burns fast. Diesel is like steak, heavier, denser, and it keeps you fueled for much longer. That's why a diesel vehicle doesn't need to refuel as often, even when pulling a heavy load. But this secret has another layer. Because diesel is more energy dense, it also delivers more torque. That's why diesel engines dominate industries that rely on hauling, whether it's a semi-truck moving goods across the country or a tractor pulling thousands of pounds in the fields. The energy density of diesel is both a blessing and a curse. It makes the engine powerful and efficient, but it also means emissions can be harder to control. That's why modern diesel engines use advanced systems like DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, to balance performance with environmental standards. Most drivers just pump fuel and move on. Few stop to realize that with every gallon, they're holding on to a concentrated form of energy more powerful than gasoline. 3. Diesel engines breathe differently, the turbo secret. Pop the hood on most diesel vehicles and you'll notice something fascinating: the turbocharger isn't an option, it's practically standard. Unlike most gasoline cars, where turbos are seen as performance upgrades, diesel engines depend on turbocharging to work at their best. Why? Because diesel burns differently, it needs high levels of compressed air to ignite properly. Without that extra air, a diesel engine wouldn't be nearly as efficient or powerful. That's why diesels feel so different on the road. Instead of screaming to high RPMs, they deliver a steady surge of torque, almost like a freight train pulling out of a station. That raw pulling power comes directly from the turbocharger feeding massive amounts of oxygen into the combustion chamber. But here's the secret most drivers never know: turbos also help diesel engines stay cleaner. By ensuring more complete combustion, the turbo reduces unburnt fuel and black smoke. It's not just about performance, it's about efficiency and emissions control. This is why a diesel without a functioning turbo feels sluggish and weak. 4. Diesel engines don't need spark plugs. Here's a fact that blows the minds of drivers who've only known gasoline cars: diesel engines don't have spark plugs. None. Zero. So how do they ignite fuel? The magic lies in compression ignition. Diesel engines compress air inside the cylinder at such extreme pressure that the temperature skyrockets. When diesel fuel is injected into this environment, it ignites on its own, no spark required. For gasoline drivers, it sounds strange: how can an engine run without sparks? But that's part of diesel's genius. It doesn't need flashy ignition systems. Just raw pressure, heat, and fuel. Once you understand this, it changes the way you look at diesel. It's not just another type of engine, it's an entirely different philosophy of combustion. 5. Torque is diesel's superpower. Horsepower gets all the attention in car commercials. Numbers fly across the screen: 400 HP, 500 HP, even 700 HP. But ask a trucker what really matters, and they'll give you one word: torque. Torque is the twisting force that gets heavy loads moving. It's what lets a semi haul 80,000 pounds up a steep incline. And diesel engines are torque monsters. It's also why diesel trucks dominate industries from shipping to agriculture. Gasoline engines might be faster, but they can't sustain the same level of pulling power. Diesel engines thrive under pressure. Most casual drivers never realize that when they see a truck smoothly pulling tens of thousands of pounds, they're witnessing torque in action. It's diesel's hidden superpower, the force that keeps the world moving. 6. Diesel engines love low RPMs. If you've ever driven a diesel for the first time, you probably noticed something odd: the tachometer never climbs the way it does in a gasoline car. That's because diesel engines are built to operate at low RPMs. Where a gasoline engine might scream its way up to 6,000 or even 8,000 revolutions per minute, most diesels redline at 4,500 or lower. Some big rigs don't even go past 2,500. This design also ties back to fuel economy. Running at lower RPMs means less wasted energy, which translates into better mileage and longer engine life. It may feel unusual if you're used to gasoline cars, but once you understand why, you realize it's part of diesel's genius. Slow and steady doesn't just win the race, it pulls the weight of the entire economy. 7. Diesel engines are built like tanks. Peek inside a diesel engine and you'll notice something different: everything looks oversized. The pistons are thicker, the block is sturdier, and the crankshaft looks like it belongs on industrial machinery. That's no accident. Diesel engines endure extreme pressures, much higher than gasoline engines. To survive this, they're built with heavier components, reinforced parts, and designs that prioritize durability over weight savings. Most everyday drivers never realize that their pickup truck shares DNA with machines built for battlefields. Every time you turn the key, you're starting a machine designed to endure punishment that would destroy a gasoline engine. When people say diesel is bulletproof, they're not exaggerating. These engines are industrial warriors disguised as everyday workhorses. 8. Diesel emissions, the hidden battle. For decades, diesel had a bad reputation: black smoke, soot, and a smell that lingered in the air. But modern diesel engines tell a different story. Most drivers never know how much science is working behind the scenes every time they press the pedal. The days of rolling coal might look dramatic, but modern diesel is about efficiency and responsibility. It's a quiet revolution most people overlook. 9. Diesel engines can run on more than diesel. One of diesel's most fascinating secrets is its flexibility. Did you know that a diesel engine can run on more than just standard diesel fuel? While gasoline engines are picky about fuel quality, diesel engines are more like survivors. They'll run on what you give them, just like they've done in wars, farms, and experiments around the globe. Most drivers never realize they're sitting on one of the most adaptable machines ever created. 10. Diesel engines have an underground fan base. You might not see it in flashy commercials, but diesel has a loyal underground fan base. Across forums, social media groups, and truck meetups, diesel enthusiasts share a culture all their own. This underground world is one of diesel's best-kept secrets. And unless you're part of it, you'll never know the pride of rolling coal down a highway with hundreds of other diesel lovers by your side. 11. Diesel isn't dead, it's evolving. Many people believe diesel is dying. With the rise of electric vehicles and stricter environmental laws, diesel often gets painted as a relic of the past. But here's the truth, diesel isn't dying, it's evolving. Most drivers will never learn this. They'll assume diesel belongs to the past. But those who know, understand that diesel is still one of humanity's greatest engines. The engine that never quits. So there you have it, 11 diesel secrets most drivers will never learn. We've uncovered the truth about diesel's insane longevity, its hidden energy, the turbochargers that make it roar, and the underground culture that keeps its legacy alive. We've seen how it runs without spark plugs, why torque is its ultimate weapon, and how it's quietly evolving into something cleaner and more efficient than ever before. The next time you see a diesel truck on the highway, remember, you're not just looking at a vehicle. You're looking at a survivor. A machine that carries the weight of nations, industries, and histories. Gasoline might be flashy, electric might be the future, but diesel? Diesel is the silent warrior that keeps the world moving. If you've learned something new today, hit that like button, share this with a fellow driver, and subscribe for more eye-opening automotive documentaries. Because engines come and go, but diesel? Diesel never quits.